Hello, this is Mr. Collier, and today we're doing a grade 6 patterning task. So the task here is to investigate the relationship between the figure number and the number of matchsticks. So here is the pattern, and these are matchsticks here. And this is the criteria that we're basing our assessment on. So here's the diagrams as it is, and what we're going to do first is we're going to draw another diagram and continue the pattern. So next we're going to have 4 houses. Don't waste time making it perfect. We're just interested in the number of matchsticks. So don't use your ruler and make it all perfect. So we need to just start doing some counting. So this is figure 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and this is the number of matchsticks. We're going to start counting, and I'm going to show my counting like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so then we need to look at these numbers and see if there's a pattern here. At first glance, maybe it doesn't look like there's one. But if you look here, from this number to this number, we can add 5. And then we're adding 5. So it looks like the number of matchsticks is increasing by 5. Number of matchsticks is increasing by 5 for each figure number, or for each new figure number, we'll say. Okay, so it's important to write down maybe a sentence or two about what you discovered in the pattern. Okay, so we discovered by looking at these diagrams that it looks like the number of matchsticks is increasing by 5 each time. So what we've just done is we've done this step in the 3-4 box. We've applied mathematical problem solving techniques to recognize patterns. Okay. Next, we're going to try to look at the rule and how to make predictions. Alright, so we're going to need a table. We have figure number 1, 2, 3, 4, so let's make that in a table. Figure number and number of matchsticks. Okay, if you like, we can assign variables to these. So M for the number of matchsticks, and F for the figure number, which we're going to use a little bit later. So we said we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We drew 4 figures, and number of matchsticks we had was 6, 11, 16, and 21. And remember, we saw that we're increasing by 5 matchsticks each time. Okay? There is an increase of 5 matchsticks for each figure number. So next, let's just remind ourselves of what the problem is asking us. It's asking us to find a relationship between the figure number and the number of matchsticks used. So your formula, your general rule, is going to be number of matchsticks equals, and then we're going to figure out the number of matchsticks with the figure number. Okay. So here we're going to have a general rule is going to be number of matchsticks equals, and we're increasing by 5 for each figure number. Okay, we're increasing by 5 for each figure number. So that means we're going to have a 5 times f here. Okay, 5f means 5 times f. We're going to have a 5f here because it's increasing by 5 each for each figure number. So if it was figure number 100, you do 5 times 100. And then we got to figure out what do we add or subtract to get these numbers here. So if you do 5 times 1, you get 5, and then we have to increase, oops, we have to increase by 1 in order to get 6. Okay, we got 5 times 2, we get 10, we have to increase by 1 to get 11. Okay, so this works for everything in the table. You can even extend your table and make another column and show that 6 is 5 times 1 plus 1, and 11 is 5 times 2 plus 1, 16 is 5 times 3 plus 1, and so forth. So this is our general rule. And let's take a look at our rubric now. We've applied mathematical problem-solving techniques to recognize patterns. That's from our table. And we suggested a general rule consisting of findings. So we're up to at least a 5. Now we have to verify that this works for another example. Okay, verify it works for another example. So I'm going to predict, maybe I'll redraw this entire chart. Alright, I'll redraw this chart over here since I don't have room right now. Okay. And I'm going to predict that for figure number 5, we're going to have 26. Okay? Okay, so this is going to be the verifying process. According to my table, I predict that the 5th figure will have 26 matchsticks. Now, according to my rule, according to my rule, if the figure number is 5, then m equals, so remember our rule was 5f plus 1, right? So we're going to do 5 times the figure number, which is 5, plus 1, which is indeed 26. Okay, so this is not quite good enough for verification yet. We want to actually draw the 5th diagram and verify that you do get 26 matchsticks. So I'll draw the 5th one, so I need 5 squares here, 5 triangles. Okay, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, so there's 26 matchsticks. Okay, there are 26 matchsticks in the 5th diagram. Alright, so maybe you can do a concluding sentence. Since my formula, maybe I'll restate it, m equals 5f plus 1, maybe correctly predicted, the number of matchsticks for the 5th diagram this verifies my my rule is correct. Okay, it doesn't prove it, but it verifies it, provides some verification that your rule is correct. Okay, so that's what we just did. That is verification, which is in the 5-6 box. And now for 7-8 box, we need a correct rule. This word correct is in the 7-8 box. It is not in the 5-6 box, so you could have gotten an incorrect rule and perhaps verified that it's incorrect and maybe get a 5-6 score. Alright, but you need to be correct to get up to 7, so I think we're at a 7 right now. And last thing we need to do is look at this one right here, because you have to be very careful. It says verify whether the pattern works for other examples. Okay, that means more than one. So we're going to verify one more time with another example. You could have verified with one of the examples that you already did in the table. You could do it with like figure 2 or figure 3. So you can do that one first, but always make sure one of them is outside the table. So we did one outside the table, and we could verify with another one inside the table, or we could try another number like 7. So I'm going to try the 7th figure number. So according to my table, I should get 31, I should get 36. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to try to verify for the 7th figure number, right? So maybe you could say, now I will verify my rule works for the 7th figure. Okay, so there's 3 things we're going to do. Let's look at the table first. Maybe I'll number them. According to my table, the number of matchsticks, for the 7th figure is, or should be, you can say, 36. Okay, so next we'll use the rule, right? By my rule, if f equals 7, then m equals, and our rule was 5 times figure number plus 1, which equals 35 plus 1, which equals 36. Okay, so by my rule, if f equals 7, then m equals 36. So we can say the number of matchsticks is also 36 by my rule. Okay, so let's finally verify it's correct with the diagram, because our original pattern is just looking at diagrams. Okay, so I will draw the 7th figure. Okay, so let's draw the 7th figure. I've already got it drawn here, ready to go. So there's the 7th figure, and I drew 7 houses, and I counted them all up with red tick marks on there, and there is indeed 36 matchsticks. Okay, so then you got to write some sort of conclusion at the end for your verification. You could say, so, or maybe since my rule matches the result from the table, and the diagram, this verifies my rule is correct. Oops. Okay, so you need a concluding sentence like this. So it's verified my rule is correct. So So don't forget to verify at least twice in order to get up to a possible 8 in your assessment.